IEMs and HIDIZS MM2. How a mistake turned into a YouTube video review. This should be the theme of today's video because this EM was sent to me by mistake by Linsol Audio. I already did a review on the original HIDIZS MM2 and I already did a full written review, but Linsol mistakenly sent one too, besides the one that was sent by HIDIZS, so I ended up making a video review because I had 2 units and what else could I have done. Today's EM, HIDIZS MM2, or at least I suppose that is how you pronounce it, HIDIZS. This is how you are supposed to pronounce it, HIDIZS. It's priced at $80 and it is an entry-level EM with tunable filters. Basically, you have those little screws that you can screw or unscrew on the outer part of the EM. You can alter the sound a bit using this filtering system. They have a pretty natural overall sound and they have pretty good overall value. Today's video is going to be a bit shorter than my usual, so the build quality is good. They have this cable, which is good. Doesn't break easily, but it is a bit tangle prone and I had it tangle on me quite a few times, especially before making this video review. It is evening and I want to rush to finish the video review so that I can still find some shops open to purchase my groceries for my daily needs. The EMs sit quite nicely in my ear. They have enough space around the ear. They still would have some space, so even for smaller ears they should be okay. HIDIZS MM2 also has a resin/plastic design. Usually people say that it is resin, looks like plastic, but it's comfortable. My ears don't sweat more with it than usual. It has very good quality for the tips included. Those silicone tips are good. They don't give me any discomfort, so I like the tips. HIDIZS MM2 also has one dynamic driver and one magnetostatic driver, but it doesn't need a ton of power to be driven, or at least in theory. In practice, I can reach 35 on the iBase DX320, which is quite a bit for an EM. And in general, I would recommend having at least some kind of entry-level DAC/headphone amplifier or having a smartphone that has good driving power. For example, my Xiaomi Black Shark 4 is quite easy enough for the HIDIZS MM2, but there are smartphones that aren't quite enough. In terms of sonics, the HIDIZS or HIDIZS MM2 is a pretty lively sounding EM. It has a ton of detail, pretty detailed for the price range. For $80, it has pretty good detail, good resolution. It has quite a bit of bass. Actually, the bass would be the central element if the upper mid-range and the lower treble wouldn't be uplifted above what I would consider absolutely linear. In the end, the sound is quite lively. It is one of those moderately V-shaped sounds that is quite thick with quite a bit of impact and quite a bit of power. The overall resolution is quite good. It has good detail and it has a pretty natural sounding mid-range, which means that the mid-range doesn't have a lot of coloration, so you don't notice a lot of unnatural elements in the mid-range. You don't notice a lot of uneven frequencies, peaks or dips. You don't notice anything that would be otherwise distracting you from music. HIDIZS MM2 also offers pretty good passive noise isolation. I am getting between 20 and 25 decibels of passive noise isolation, which is excellent. I also would say that it is one of the better EMs when it comes to the price-performance ratio, but this price range is quite full of options. So if you are in the price range of about $80, you have a ton to choose from. If you want some kind of customizability, it is good because you have those filters, but the filters aren't quite that effective at changing the sound. So the changes are medium at most. They aren't big changes in sound. On the other hand, it has a pretty nice overall design, pretty good build quality, and for $80, it is what it is. It is a high quality EM with a good price performance ratio. I would say that if you have just $80 and if you want a high quality experience, the HIDIZS MM2 is a really good option at this moment. I mean, I am reviewing a lot of products and a lot goes through my hands, so I would know if something is a good value. This one is a pretty good value. On the other hand, if you have more money, even HIDIZS has other options and many other companies have other options, including Linsol, who has many other EMs in the price range. So I would suggest you to check out Audiophile Heaven if you aren't already, because the full website for the written reviews has more reviews than the YouTube channel, and I am able to make more written reviews than I am able to make YouTube videos. The YouTube video process is much longer and much more complicated, but I would say that if you have $150, you are going to find better options. For example, the acoustic heart-filled Deer is a very good EM, and it is about $160 at the moment I'm filming this video review, which is about double the price of the HIDIZS MM2. It is a full step up from the HIDIZS MM2, but it is twice the price. So that is how I'm going to be recommending most stuff. If you have twice the price, I have many other options. But if you don't have twice the price, if you are locked at about $80 and this is the top end of the price you can climb to purchase an EM, then the HIDIZS MM2 is a pretty good option. I don't know if I could recommend something much better. I hope this video will be helpful to you. I hope you had a nice day at Audiophile Heaven. I hope the shorter type of video is good, and I hope you have a lovely weekend there. Hope to see you soon. Bye bye!